What's up, YouTube land? This is Door Killing Anime coming at you with another video, and I'm just gonna be having an introduction today about let's see. I'm gonna be giving you an introduction about this manga I just recently got into. I started back last year in 2011, and it's called Life is Money. Life is Money is roughly 15 chapters in, and it's pretty much extended. It wouldn't have the normal distance as a Naruto, Bleach, or One Piece chapter. It roughly goes 30 pages a chapter, and it's just started out for a year now, and it's really interesting. It's called Life is Money, and basically it's this contestants game revolving around 10 contestants. And with these 10 contestants, it's a game of life or death that requires a large amount of money. And these people are competing for the price of 500 million yen. You see, the story starts off with our main character, Miguru. Yeah, Miguru. He's in a bar. He's in the slumps. I mean, he just looks terrible. He's wasted as hell. Everything's just gone south for him. This guy goes up to him, who's at the corner. You know, one of those roofie guys we see, but this cool guy comes from the corner, asks him to discuss his troubles. And the backstory we get from this guy is just terrible. I mean, Miguru is not even a full-grown adult yet. He's somewhat of a teenager, and he has to work and struggle, and even to quit school to support his little sister. His little sister has some type of heart disease, and threatening if she doesn't get a replacement heart, then she'll die. Her death is not pretty much certain, but all he knows is that if it doesn't happen sooner rather than later, like the doctor says, then he basically says he doesn't want his life to be he doesn't want his life to be what it is now. I mean, he's doing all these efforts for his sister. He's quit school because of his sister. He's taken 2 to 3 jobs because of her. I believe he works his construction job. Later on in the story, we begin to figure out that some type of fundraising organization actually helped him raise money for his sisters. And once they raised so much money and they got into 100 million yen, that corporation took the money and basically left his ass, which is really sad for him, but really sad for those other people who didn't get their back turned on their money. So now he doesn't have the credibility of anyone to work, and he can't afford to get the operation for his sister. And it's just terrible. You know, he's drinking his worries out. He doesn't know what to do for his sister. As soon as him and this guy he talks to at the table walk out of the club, or the bar, the guy gives him a proposition, and this is where the meat of the story comes. He gives him a proposition to be able to earn 500 million yen for a life or death situation. Initially, Miguru declines because he doesn't want to have the life or death situation. He wants to be there for his sister and earn their money the right way. But with this guy who's being a sniveling, who has this look now, who looks like a conniving, sniveling jerk, he leaves him his information, and then so he can meet up later. A little after this meeting, Miguru's gone and he's doing his work, and he gets a report from one of his co-workers that his sister is having a seizure. He rushes down to the doctor's office, and the doctor says she's stable, but he doesn't know for how long. And this is where Miguru begins to change his mind about what he said before, because how he said before, he said he'd risk anything to protect the life of his sister. And it's just that brother-sister bond, or I think he's putting that weight on himself. But he goes and he changes his mind and accepts the deal. He calls the man, they meet, and then not to rush a boring story, but basically Miguru accepts the offer. You know, he signs his name and gives all type of information. The next day, Miguru goes and sees his sister, Mawara, right, that's her name, and she has no recollection of the seizure that she had. She has no recollection of what happened yesterday. All she knows was that she slept. You know, Miguru, not thinking much of it, you know, prevents her from doing much action and says she needs to be in bed. And then he gets a call from his cell phone, and it's from the man he met at their meeting yesterday. And with this meeting, he says, "Hurry up! You got 2 guys coming for you. I wouldn't resist them." And as soon as he gets the call, there's these big jacked up dudes coming in from behind, and soon, you know, push comes to shove, and he's already in the back of his car driving with him. Little that Miguru forgot was that his sister's birthday was tomorrow, so he swore that he'd be there. But as soon as he gets into the car, the man he saw last night is sitting in the car, and he's telling him that he's going to be gone for at least 10 days. For these 10 days, he's going to be in a max security prison system, putting him in a death game. You see, Miguru isn't aware, but he tells him up to this point that what happened yesterday was set up by him. He paid the doctor who was under Mawara's care and basically had him drug her with sleeping pills, hence why she doesn't remember her having a seizure and her feeling sleepy at the time. So Miguru's tricked into going into this game that he didn't want to do, and now he has to fend for his life. I believe when he's in the car, he says the cars are black tinted, so he doesn't know where he's going. He can't track anything. And once he gets out of the place, he has blindfolds. He has his eyes are folded and everything, so he can't recollect where he's at all. And he's not allowed to move anywhere else. So once he gets to the max security prison system, and you know, he's just irate with the guy who sent him here, because he feels he's responsible for all the things that's happened to her sisters and her heart disease. But that may not or may be the case. Fast forward, he's in this max security prison system and he sees 9 other people. With these people, 9 people, is him. That's 10. This guy comes out, I believe it's devilish guy, I forgot his name, but some type of demon guy comes out. And he says, "Welcome to the Death Games," yada yada yada. He basically introduces them to what they have agreed to, allegedly, or didn't allegedly agree to. And it's a game. And this is where the meat of the story is. He says they've gathered 10 contestants inside a max security prison jail. And they'll be going and staying here for 10 days. The test is for them to have mental and physical fortitude. And test their mental feats. What's going to happen is that throughout these days, people will die. And it'll be throughout you 10 contestants. If each and every one of you die, you know, it's just you're going to die and the rest survive. And since this is a cash game for 500 million yen, the money is divided up into these 10 people. So each person gets 50 million yen. Say if the 10th person, say if one person dies and the 9 other people are alive, then that person's 50 million yen is divided up into those 9 people. Say if another person dies, then 2 people die. You combine that together, that's 100 million yen, and you divide that up between those 8 people. And so on and so forth. But the catch is, if more than half of the people in the contesting after the 10 days are dead, say if 6 people are dead and 4 people are alive, then no one gets the cash prize. Okay? Say if there's 5 and there's 5 dead, 5 alive, then you have to split that money between those 5 who are dead. So you have 250 million. You have to split those between 5 of those people. The game revolves around a dice game, a casino type of place. They play it in a room called the Salon Room. everyone gets a dice roll with numbers 1 through 6, and depending on the levels of the numbers, it determines what mental or physical trait they'd have to get detached from him to play in the death game. Number 1 is sight. Number 2 is smell. No, not number 2. That's number 3. Number 2 is hearing. Number 3 is smell. Number 4 is, let's see, taste. Number 5 is touch, and number 6 is spirit. So these are the 6 variations of what you could lose from out the dice game. The purpose for you is to be able to survive the day until the next dice roll, which is each day, being alive when you play these games without being able to use that certain sense. You know, if you have sight, then they put this black blindfold around you, and you cannot remove that blindfold for the rest of the 24 hours until you dice roll again. Same thing with hearing. They put headphones in your ear so you can't hear anything, and you have to keep it on for 24 hours. They put nose plugs, nose prigs down here so you can't smell anything. They put a gag all over your face like the doctors have to wrap it around so you can't taste anything. And here's the scary part. The touch one is where they actually load you up with anesthesiac so you can't move and feel anything that's on your body. And the spirit is genuinely a free pass. You can't take spirits, so genuinely nothing is removed from yourself, but you still have to play the game. So Miguru and the 9 other of these characters do their dice roll, and most of the characters get spirit. They're pretty lucky. And some other characters land with a smell, sight, and taste. No one's gotten touch yet, which I think is just the scariest. I've gone through 3 chapters so far, so I've started it a week ago. I've known about it for a couple months now, but I started it a week ago. So it's very good so far, this manga. I'd recommend you check it out. Life is Money. If you like that thought process or mental complexity about, a novel or a manga or anything such as that, then I think you'd like this a lot. The setup was pretty sad, but it makes sense, and it was pretty cool at the same time, and I think this will be very challenging. I think it'll develop some characters a bit, because all these 10 characters have problems. I think Miguru, we know his problem. He can't afford money for his sister. This other girl has anger management problems, because she thought she was going to be she was offered a supermodel contract, so she may be delusional. This is broke ass man who keeps saying random shit out of nowhere. There's this fat ass who's just selfish with the food, and you'll get to see that later on. This is cocky. We always gotta have the cocky dick character, but he says he's expecting the game, so he's not sweating over anything. There's this guy. I wonder who's the guy. This is guy who seems all cool. That cool pretty boy like type character who says he's gonna beat the game, no doubt. He's the one I'd watch out for him, because he's the one who'd risk anyone's life without doubt. There's this emo girl. There's this emo girl who always has this doll who looks dull. She reminds me of Perona from One Piece, but there's this emo girl who always holds this doll who wishes for luck. If I can remember the other characters, I wish I could. There's this other kid who's just like who reminds me of Miguru. He seems timid. He wants to form alliances and whatnot. Hopefully not scared of anything. That type of, I don't know much of him. This other girl, this rich girl who not a rich girl, but this in debt girl who's carried all of her father's previous debt, and when he died, who's carried all of father's previous debt when he died, so she's in this game in order to win the money for that. So she's in a similar situation like Miguru. And there's a 10th guy too. Damn, I don't want to miss anybody. But this is 10th person that doesn't come to the top of my head right now. Hopefully I remember later. Yeah, 10 contestants, 10 days. More than half must be alive after those 10 days, and each one will be able to go with a certain amount of prize money. And with that prize money, they can do whatever they want with it. But the interesting thing about this death game is that it implies that no one will survive. I haven't gotten to the purpose and to the reason why it's going to survive, because currently right now there are 15 chapters. I've gone through 3, so I'm just giving you guys the introduction. I believe you guys should go see it. You go watch it if you like complex anime that get you thinking about, you know, the mental statuses of others. And I believe it'll be good entertaining too, because there's some laughs in there, like the old man and Mingaru, of course, and you know, the emo girl, she says some funny things. I like that, so you guys should check it out. That's what I think so far. Hopefully you'll check it out. You know, like this video, comment, share this video, subscribe if you want. I don't really care. You know, it's all about what you want in the future. So this is Dual Killing Anime, all the quality with none of the HD. Peace.